Action Comics number 2, written by Grant Morrison, art by Brent Anderson and Rags Morales. As we left Superman in his last issue, he was pinned between a bullet train and a wall because he tried to stop the bullet train from exploding, hitting the wall. I don't know, but it was all Lex Luthor's fault. So now he's in government custody. They got him tied down to an electric chair, and they just keep on zapping him every time he tries to break loose. And he does, of course, break loose because he's Superman. They just zap him until any other person would be dead. We see behind one of the one-way mirrors, Lex Luthor is calling the shots here, telling him basically to keep torturing Superman because he doesn't think he's a he thinks it's an it, and it's here to take out the Earth and destroy humanity as we know it. But everyone, the scientist, accidentally keeps calling it a he, when Superman, or Lex, keeps saying, no, it's not a he, it's an it. In storms Jeremy Irons, Dr. Irons. He comes in and it's like, this is a man being tortured on U.S. soil. This is never okay. And Lex is like, it's an alien, and if you take a look through the window, he is okay. We can't hurt him. That kind of scares me. Doesn't it scare you, Irons? Irons is like, you're not even listening. You're still tortured. Whatever, I quit. And he resigns as they fail again to get a blood sample from Superman. So I love this line Lex has here after Irons storms out. So we've established that torture is a very bad thing. Let's take it up to 300,000 volts. We cut to, they've got Superman's cape and they're firing every weapon they have at it. It's completely indestructible. General Lane is there, and he gets word that his daughter is upstairs trying to get in. She's talking to somebody, she's trying to weasel her way through the gate. As soon as she sees her dad, she's like, all right, here's the evidence that the train was sabotaged. Here's the evidence Superman saved us. Here's the evidence that he's also just a good person in general. And here's the evidence that I know he's here. And Sam Lane is like, he's not here, but if he were, he'd be safe, and I'm just going to take this because this is evidence. Then we cut back inside the bunker, and Lex is just doing terrible things to Superman, exposing him to poisonous gas. He throws out the word Krypton, trying to see if it means anything to Superman. And it doesn't. He just lists off that it's an element on the periodic table. Lex is like, all right, so you're at least kind of smart. But then he calls him out being like, we know that you have hidden in society that this isn't what your true form is. We found your rocket. And Superman's like, you have a rocket? I know nothing of this rocket. But he uses his x-ray vision through the glass to see what Lex looks like, and also fry their computers, apparently. But Lex brings in, this is one of your kind in its natural state, isn't it? And it's like a six-legged cow thing wrapped in what looks to be tinfoil. Superman just starts laughing and mocks them because he just burned out their computers. We cut back to Lois upstairs trying to follow her dad inside. Sergeant Corbin's there trying to lay the moves on Lois. Be like, hey, don't worry about this Superman. What about this Superman? I'm only kind of exaggerating. But as soon as we cut back away from that, Superman is breaking out of his chains. He's busting through the wall, and he's just like, I just needed a moment to recover. I'm going to leave now. He grabs Lex. He asks where this rocket is. Lex refuses to budge. So he's like, all right, whatever. I'll find it. He goes, he gets his cape, and he's like, all right, see ya. And as he passes by the rocket, it's calling out to him, saying, Hala Kal-El. He goes in, he touches it, it reacts to him, and he tells the rocket, all right, protect yourself, I'll come back for you. People with guns show up, tell him, freeze, stop where you are. He melts it with their heat vision immediately. And then he just leaves up an elevator shaft. Not through an elevator, mind you, through the shaft. So as he gets into the elevator, because he comes at it through the bottom, Lois Lane is about to walk in there after she stole Corbin's card. And he's like, hey, Lois, we keep running into each other like this. I've got to go. So he jumps out, he leaves. Cut to sometime later. It's a bit nebulous. Corbin is now in charge of, I guess, what's called their Steel Soldier operation, campaign, whatever you want to call it. It's just a mech suit is all it is. And Corbin walks in and he's like, all right, I'm going to get myself in the suit, and that way Lois Lane will finally respect me. Yawn. It's clearly not safe, as doctors keep telling him. But hey, man versus Superman, she'll see. And then we get Lex Luthor. He's in his car saying like, "Yes, you are speaking to the world's leading scientific mind, but I need to know who I'm speaking to. What was Krypton supposed to mean to him? Who are you?" And we get a shot of a spaceship that doesn't say anything in response. He's there. It's a spaceship, and it's totally not Brainiac. Oh, did I just? Oh, jeez, it's Brainiac. It's almost a. I mean, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't Brainiac, but it's Brainiac. So yeah, that's a shoot too. I like it. It's good. I really like the art. It lays down some more mysteries moving forward for Superman. Like, when's he gonna get his rocket back? For people not in the know, who's this big alien spaceship that's talking to Lex Luthor? It's giving Superman a little bit more information about his own backstory as well. Because remember, we don't know how the backstory changed for Superman. We're assuming not at all, but it may have. So any new readers coming into this wouldn't know that. Overall, I'd say I'd give this a 7.5. It's good. It's very good. The art is fantastic. I think I criticized last time about a couple of droopy eyes. Don't really have a problem with that in this one. Everyone's pretty good. I really like the way they did Lex in this. He comes off as smarmy, in every panel he's in. I think that's a good way to describe him. So no, Action Comics #2. Obviously, Grant Morrison. He knows how to write, so I'm going to give this 7.5, and we'll see how it continues on now that Superman is free to do whatever he do.